Good evening and good night, and to you, Shannon, good morning. Welcome, everybody. So this is a very informal. If you think of Sidetrack Sunday as sort of my most informal, most formal show, my Friday mornings are sort of casual. Well, this is just hanging out, having fun. But I do want to see modeling. The idea is modeling Monday. Get a bunch of people together, hang out, model, talk about modeling. But specifically looking for people to come up that are modeling. Uh-oh. Do we not have sound? Thumbs up if we've got sound. Hopefully it's just Steve that doesn't have sound, but who knows? Retirement Railroad may be having a little sound issue. But yeah, so modeling Monday. I'm going to do this and we'll see how it goes. If people like it, we'll do it some more. If people don't like it, we'll never do it again. I just see in some other groups that people get together and model. And, I thought it'd be fun for us to do that. So some people are here. You're here. Thank you for being here. I'm not going to go through and say hello to everybody. I apologize, but thank you everyone for showing up. So here's what I'm working on. I've got on my desk the Walthers oil pump, and that's what I'm going to be working on today. Sparky wants to know, why am I live? Why not? Nobody else was live as far as I know. And as far as I know, because I spoke to Nate, Nate is not going live. And we'll see if Tom goes live or not, but, we'll go from there. So I see Shannon in the basement, but Shannon, do you got anything to model, or are you just gonna be a pain in my butt? You've got a nail file. You're gonna do your nails. Well, we haven't seen Shannon in a while, so
There
Shannon,
I
where
am.
the heck have you been?
I've been working.
Yeah, what's that?
Hang on a second. I'll show you where I was working.
Oh, so I bring you up and you leave.
Well, here, you can look at what work has decided to do to me.
That looks like a train. The link should pop up from Streamlabs in a little bit, but just in case it's not going to, here it is now. And again, we're looking for people that want to come up and model or have modeling stuff to show off. Bad hair dude from Australia. He is definitely a bad hair dude. That's just a fact. That is just a fact.
Yeah, well, I've been busy because this is where all my time's been going.
What is that? Train World PDY Limited. What's PDY?
Proprietary Limited.
Ah, is that your
That's my new
that's
place
the
of
train
employment.
store. Are you
Yep.
no longer at the crushing yard, whatever they call that?
The wrecking yard? Nope.
The wrecking yard? Oh, look how small
No
this
longer
thing
there.
is. I thought this thing was going to be bigger. It's like tiny.
What are you working on?
So the Walthers oil pump, and you can motorize it with this motorizing kit, but it's N scale, and it's got moving parts. So this could go very
Sideways.
very poorly. Yeah. Sparky, whatever you prefer, whatever you want to wear. Let's see.
Oh, wait.
Banners.
Clothes are optional?
For you, no.
Huh?
I think it's so funny that you're back, Shannon. It's like the good old days.
Well, the only reason I decided to jump on because I'm like, well, I've got a day off today. The streams just popped up randomly. I'm like, all right, let's make an appearance because I don't get to, obviously, for the Saturday show, I don't get to make much of an appearance.
Yeah, that is
So,
very true. And we're very
at the
grateful
moment,
that you don't show up anymore. I mean, we've missed you.
what was that? I didn't quite hear you.
I think there was a little problem with the microphone. All right, so I'm gonna put the motor. I'm gonna put the motor aside for a second, but this thing's cute. It's tiny.
Tiny.
And,
This thing here is tiny compared
This
to
is-
American locomotives,
why do you say that?
because that's an Australian Model B class.
But it's N scale, right?
Yeah, it's N scale.
So let's bring somebody up that's actually gonna model. Lee, I hope you've got some popsicle sticks and glue.
You forget it is late here. I have been working on something, but it's on me.
What happened to the sound?
I was echoing with my YouTube.
So Steve, to answer your question, no, there are not any oil pumps. What happened was somebody on one of the N scale groups asked if anyone's made one before, and I thought it was an interesting idea. He was an older gentleman and didn't have the dexterity to make it motorized, and I said, I wonder if I can do it.
I have been
Hey.
working on something now. Today.
Hey, can I make a proposition to you?
You're gonna proposition me?
If you can actually get that model pump to actually pump something, I'll send you $100.
It's not gonna pump anything. It's plastic.
This is modeling. Where there's a will, there is a way.
It's plastic, Shannon.
$100 if you can get it to functionally pump something.
Shannon, it's never gonna function something.
No,
it's
it's
never
not.
gonna
It's
pump
plastic.
All right,
I
I'll
love
buy the
these little
kit.
things they always give.
If I buy the kit and I get it to pump, you give me $100.
Sure, Shannon. I know that's a safe bet because I know it's never gonna happen.
6 months later, God damn it!
Yeah, that's what it'll be. It'll be God damn it.
I've got a.
Actually, this is what I'm working on today. I'm currently trying to fix my second screen because the backlight decided to die.
What
That's
is
part
this?
of
For kit shortages or defective parts. Yeah. I always think the Walthers cornerstone directions I feel like are always terrible.
Hey, that defective parts thing, Heath. Does that have the address of the hospital you were born at?
No.
I'm going to take my
But good
camera off,
try.
Heath. I'll move it somewhere where I'm working on today, so you'll see what I've been doing. I'm going to come in for a bit, just it's late here.
No, I did.
Yeah, but Container Man, I don't think it's gonna draw water up anything.
Oh, I'm coming.
ZD, the floating head.
Show you what I've
Welcome.
been working on.
It's just me. It's just the background.
Floating head.
It's just the background. I've got.
And probably a green.
There's so many
you're wearing.
little parts in this kit. There's like this wire. I'm gonna start losing things in a second. That's what I'm.
I'm not going to mention anything about little bits.
It's a family show, Shannon. It's 6:30.
It's only 6:30.
6:30 in New York. It's 3:30 in California.
I am okay.
No, Pam for them. Come here.
Yeah, it's nighttime for us.
Yes.
All right, so
Actually, in saying that, here's another update on my end. Hang on. 4 weeks to go.
there you go. So you have been modeling.
Yes, I have. I've just brought a video out of what I've just done, what I'm showing you.
Lee, not you. I'm talking about Shannon showing his wife pregnant.
What? I mean, who shows their wife is pregnant? Of course. I mean,
CD.
I'm 26 years old.
What's wrong with that? I'm like 30. Oh, geez, I'm 32 this year.
I'm only 28.
I'm
Make us feel old.
Saying I'm much older than him.
no. I'm saying I'm only 17. I'm almost 18. I've got to get my job back soon.
Yeah, we all do.
Oh, sure.
After COVID, right before COVID hit.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's the It's that. I guess it's called a. Is it a horse head? Is that what it's called? I guess so.
Horsehead, hammerhead.
That's what I'm attempting to work on. I am not planning on finishing it tonight, but the goal is just to hang out with some people and start modeling. So,
Heath, do you know what'll happen there? You'll start it and never finish it.
I already have tons of those projects.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've
okay,
got
broke
tons
his
of those
TV.
projects. I've got half-finished Metcalf kits somewhere under my baseboard somewhere.
I am gonna get out my glasses. The chance of me doing this kit without my glasses is slim to none.
I
Yeah.
forgot you were blind.
I'm old. I'm not
Don't
blind.
make fun of these blind people.
What was that, honey?
Don't make fun of us.
How is my wife defending you, Heath?
She knows what. She knows the right side to be on. So Dad's cook says it's a walking beam.
Yeah, no, I have been doing some modelling today, Heath, but it ended up getting done in the video.
Well,
Bless
get out
you.
some glue and some sticks and glue some other stuff together.
It's late here. It's nearly 12 o'clock at night.
So you telling me you're out of sticks and glue?
No, it's getting late. I don't usually up the loft this late.
You're not gonna fall down the ladder later, are you?
No, I won't be in that late because it's late here. I just thought I'd jump up for a bit because Kirsty, I thought I'd jump up just to show me appreciation. Not to,
That's a
I
lot
thought
of
you would
parts.
have jumped on to make fun of Heath. Isn't that what we're here for?
No.
5 hour difference here, Heath, and you know that.
Your wife was
Not off
pregnant
the
during
top
a
of my
pandemic.
head, but I bet Jerry, if you check,
Sorry.
probably the DCC guy has one. Probably, I'm sure there's some out there. I'm sure there's some out there. Jerry, you need to answer Sparky's question.
Oh, Unifrogs. Yeah, the best thing out there. Best thing out there.
I recognise that.
What's
I
that?
recognise that layout that I can say.
I'm fixing to airbrush.
You're
this is
taking
gonna
a
go-
TV
this is
apart.
gonna go
Hey,
wrong,
Carl,
isn't
if
it?
you know Tim's number, give him a call. Well, Marty, come up here anyway. Come show us what you're.
Oh,
Come show us what you're working on.
Yeah.
FYI, for anyone needing to know, no, I am not qualified to operate and repair this stuff that I'm working on right now.
You're taking the TV apart.
No, that's my computer screen, my second one, and the backlight decided to not work.
Oh, just
So now-
confused. Just a
So now that
computer.
everything's exposed, do I plug it back in and start touching things?
Really.
Press smallest gear 30. This is gonna turn into just like Jason's decal or his propane tank one, where I get absolutely nothing done. I can't even figure out what step 1 is. It says press
Step
the
1.
smallest gear onto and in the middle of the shaft 5,
I'll put the
as
camera
shown
on
in
me
the
wall.
diagram below.
I'll do me wall.
At least I made it to step 2.
So is that my challenge for the night? Is to make it to step 2?
Yeah. So if anybody wants to know what I'm working on,
No.
I've got a Athearn passenger car. I busted the windows out. I didn't break them, but I popped the windows out. I'm gonna turn this into a maintenance away bump car.
All right, so I found part 5. And let's find part 14. Oh, there we go. Here's 14. This is when I wish I had some sanding sticks.
Walls.
I mean, these cutters are pretty good. Exolite.
So, Jason, are you going to buy that loco?
I wish.
You wish. Maybe Heath can chip in.
Hmm.
My
What am I chipping in for?
My dream locomotive came back up on eBay.
Oh, what is it?
It's brass. It's the only manufacturer that ever made the prototype was brass. It is a Southern Pacific GS8.
Well, that sounds nice. Shannon, you got a little competition from Australia.
Who in Australia
Hi,
is competing
Jason.
against me?
Greg is here.
Greg. Geelong Greg?
Hey, Lee.
Midsummer Railway, Greg. Oh, here, let me pop the.
No, I'm just trying to think where Greg's from because there's so many people I'm learning right now.
So I thought I had to come in for a bit. I'm meant to be getting out of the loft, but I'm finishing off those walls still.
Lee, if you got to head out, that's all good.
Yeah, no, we'll come in for a bit, mate.
I just thought if you were working on stuff, you can come hang out with us.
Yeah, I'm working on something. It's just a little bit late here, and I'm not usually up the late. But I've got houses either side of me, so it's hard for me being in the loft late at night.
Yeah.
I just thought I'll come up and show me wall that I'm doing that's on the bench. Just thought I'd show me a support, mate. I am actually working on a project at the moment to scratch build. So I'm doing a scratch build series starting on a Saturday, either a Saturday or Sunday on my channel. I reckon this will work good at for you though. To be honest, Heath, you should get people that'll come up for it.
I hope so. I mean, it'd be nice to have, like 10 people on screen just modeling and, people chatting and
Yeah.
Jerry teaching Sparky what a unifrog is.
Yeah.
No, I just like I wish they made unifrogs in N scale.
They do.
Sorry,
Jerry's an N scaler.
Yeah. Jerry is end scale. I'm double O because I'm in the UK, but HO in your eyes.
Okay, the
Double O.
smallest gear.
I'm double O because I'm in the UK, but HO in your eyes.
You forget where I work.
Who's got their YouTube on the takeaway?
I can't tell. Is that somebody's YouTube in the background, or was that somebody talking?
No, someone for the YouTube.
Somebody in the background.
Yeah, I can hear it going on my end.
Oh, that's Train Freak. I'm going to mute him.
Yeah,
Oh,
Jason, you're muted if you want to talk.
Yeah, I can hear it going.
Hey, Heath, I'm gonna drop off right now because I gotta go get ready for dinner in a little bit.
Okay, ZD, thanks for stopping by.
See you again, ZD.
See you guys.
See you, JD.
I gotta go get ready for dinner in a little bit.
Okay, well,
See you guys.
we've got.
Yeah, who's got the YouTube on? I can hear it.
It's Greg.
Hey, who's got the YouTube on?
Hey, Greg, do you have your YouTube on in the background instead of StreamYard?
No, I've got. Well, maybe I do have. Oh, hang on. Yeah, it's me. Sorry. Because because I wasn't coming in. I was sitting there waiting, and I had my YouTube on. Sorry, my fault.
It's okay. We'll blame Shannon. He's another Australian.
Yeah, we'll blame you. We can't blame you though, Heath.
You can blame me, but it's not my fault.
Yeah. Hey, Greg, whereabouts do you live in?
I'm in Melbourne. Where are you?
Whereabouts in Melbourne are you?
Pakenham.
You haven't been to Train World lately, have you?
No, why?
Oh, okay. Because that's where I work now.
Oh, do you? Oh, you got the train wheel job.
Yeah. I've been there for like 2 months now.
Yeah, I saw that advertised. I was going to apply, but yeah.
Yeah. It's quite amusing, but how's this, right? So when the Aussian B classes came out, it got me hooked.
All right. Yeah.
Go for models.
Yeah.
I installed ESU V5 in it the other day.
Right.
Cat nuts. Everyone's just working on their own projects. I'm working on. I guess I should probably put this somewhere where people can see it. I'm working on. You can't even see it there. That.
What?
I'm working on the oil pump. Shannon's fixing a monitor.
I'm working on display wall.
Lee's on a wall. I'm not sure. Greg's doing some craftsman house of some sort, and
No,
Jason is
Calf.
playing around.
Yeah, I always play around.
It's a meat calf.
He does. He always does, doesn't he?
I did go pick up a new kit today.
Did you?
Yep.
What's the kit you've just got?
Another wood chip hopper.
Nice.
Chicago Northwestern.
Oh, nice.
That'll give me 3 40 footers. That.
Have a look at this.
This'll work. Even though I've got the side cutters, I'm still trying to get the nubbins off.
This will go drastically wrong if he's doing it.
No, it's not going to go drastically wrong. It's just going to go a little. I realize I've got all the files in my little thing with the handle end out, and I can't tell which file's which, so I got to turn them around.
$10 is going to go drastically wrong.
Shannon, where are you?
Yeah,
Where do you live?
It's in Nissan's, isn't it? It's gonna go wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been working at Train World for 2 months. Today's my day off, and I'm back on shift tomorrow.
All right. I haven't been to Train World for a while because I'm more model English than anything else.
Oh, yeah, no, good luck with any English stuff. I mean,
Yeah, I know. Oh, look, it's a long story, but anyway. So
yeah, no, I had a guy, there was a guy that came in, he was looking for a lot of Markland stuff, and it's like, well, have you seen the news?
yeah,
What's the news about Markland?
No, it's because everything over in especially in the UK, everyone's in lockdown, nothing's getting
nothing's
manufactured.
going anywhere.
Yeah, it's not. My model shops are shut over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the one I usually use just got a stock of like Monroe model stuff, but they'd been out for a while, and they just sold out of the rolling roads and all kinds of stuff.
Well,
Yeah.
Where I go, the opposition to Shannon, their stock is still coming in a little bit, but it's still pretty hard to get stuff.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, here in Australia, there's
Here's
one
another Australian, Ron.
Ron.
Yeah, Ron.
Hey, Ron.
I was going to say, here in Australia, with Pico and Hornby, there's one distributor in Australia, and we have to all buy through him.
Yeah.
And the thing is, we don't get the numbers we want. We only get what he sees. Whatever he gets, he goes, okay, I'll give some to them, some to them, some to them, blah blah blah.
Yeah, I know. Well, you know what I've been buying from England? Cheaper.
What have you been buying from England?
I've been buying carriages and things like that from England.
Oh yeah.
So I bought a couple of carriages that I got for. So they were Dapols, but I've
No meeting suite?
my dad's English. Well, my dad was English. He's no longer alive. But I modelled from where all the family is over there, which is the Midlands. And I bought East Midlands carriage. Now here they're $78. I got mine, including shipping, for $40.
It's called taxes.
No, it's called wholesaling rip-off.
Nah, there's a lot of taxes that go into getting
Yes,
things from
I know.
overseas
I
for
know
manufacturing.
there's a lot of costs in the middle. So I've been buying from over there. It's a lot easier. And at one stage during last year, it was quicker to get it from England than it was from Melbourne.
Yeah. Yeah, the good old Aussie postal service.
Yeah, you're paying for all those plants that they bought.
Oh, what's that? Buying those watches?
They're paying for the plant. We're paying for the plants they bought, so that's why we didn't get any service. You know, they spent $800,000.
I thought it's because of the 4 watches that the CEO bought for those 4 people.
Oh, you're them too.
Am I the only one that forgot how much Shannon talks?
And the $7 million they spent.
I've never seen him in chat. I've never seen him up on a live.
Yeah. For those who don't know, how much were those watches in the end? I can't remember. 700,000.
They were about $20,000 each.
Yeah. So the Australian Post CEO bought 4 watches at $20,000 each. For her top 4 employees of the company, and yet, what was the argument? They were running out of money or something. I can't remember.
Well, they didn't have enough money to put people on to deliver the excess mail.
That's right. Yeah, they didn't have enough money to employ more staff, but they had enough money for $20,000 watches.
Yep.
So what it sounds like is the post office everywhere is a little suspect.
Well, that CEO doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, she get fired?
Yep.
Oh.
Oh, I just want to point out I'm on step 2 if anybody's counting.
Nice.
What? You made it to step 2?
Hang on, are you on step 2 of 1?
No, not step 2 of 1. I'm right here on the page, which is 2.
Are you saying you got it figured out how to do it?
Hey Z, what are you working on over there?
I'm working on a trestle. Remember,
I'm building. Is it built out of popsicle sticks?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like
Yeah.
popsicle sticks as.
These are actually tongue depressors, but yeah, same thing.
Yeah, it's
I get more out.
I have seen you about Z. I think you have been in one of my lives, haven't you?
Yes.
Timber Surf says I can save all you guys some money and improve your modeling. Just look at VidBit 12, or VidBit 19. Sorry, which one's 19? Timber.
I'm working on a project at the moment that I'm doing at Coffee Starers, but Keith messaged me, said he was doing this, and the project isn't. The plans are not drawn up fully, so I'm still working on the plans. So I'm going back to me stone walls for now until I finish the plans of the other one. I'm hoping if he continues this, I'll try and get on the next one with it.
Yeah, I mean, if this works out, if people like this, idea, I've got room for 10 people to come up. So
I like it. I'll have something better for next week if you do it.
yeah, I'll definitely do it next week. Or well, I don't know about definitely, but I'll likely do it next week.
I think it's a good idea, Heath, because we have other ones that chat and et cetera, so it's always good to have something different.
It is. I've started doing it here in the UK. I done one on Saturday. I had New Ferrell and Crazy Joe 60.
New Fenrisley.
New Ferris, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was there watching that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I heard that you were in that one. You were in for that one. I didn't know you
interrupt for a second?
building, to be honest, Z.
Hey?
I didn't know you'd done any scratch building.
This is like my first.
Limited platform.
I
haven't done anything of anything. I just got started in this modeling business, in this train business.
Yeah. Have you seen any of my videos? Fences I made.
I might.
I've already made a mess.
I will look at.
I made fences out of coffee stirrers and matches. For double O, but a cage show in your eyes. I don't know what you're modelling.
Well, I model both. And
Steve, I don't know that I want more people.
Too complicated.
Shannon, Sparky wants to know where the traveling boxcar is.
Yeah, I was trying to interrupt everyone so I could answer him. Sparky, if you send us an email, I'm sure you know which email it is. If not, I'm sure Heath will be happy to oblige.
What am I doing?
Oh, that's awesome.
What did I do? I heard my name.
What didn't you do?
Yeah,
No,
what
Shannon did.
Yeah, it's what Shannon
I'm
did.
definitely gonna have to watch that video though, because fences are going to be a part of my life.
Well, actually, bear with me. I'm on my workbench.
I didn't say that email, Sparky.
Yeah, I'll get me fences. Where are they? I've got.
Yeah, but then again, I've sent you emails and you just ignore me too. So, hey Z,
Hey.
who's asking? Let's see. Split Rock 323 is asking if this is your first wooden trestle.
No, I made a few before. I mean, this is basically yes. I've been building quite a few of them to try it out.
And I love doing scratch build. I love doing them. I love. I'll show you some of my scratch.
Be gentle,
build.
you guys, because I'm a rookie.
I was a rookie before I started doing my scratch builds. I do here now that I'm going to show you. Even though it's late at night for me, I'll probably get it in the neck off the other half because I'm up in the loft this late.
Man, these parts are small. You thought N scale was a good idea.
That's what she said.
Don't,
Man, this is rough.
Keith, I count on you to put up, for N scale. So come on.
I'm
Can't be like
trying.
that.
I'm trying. See, yours is N scale too, right?
See, there's the
I
fence
do, yeah.
made.
This is the N scale.
Yeah.
And it's way longer than it's going to be.
Oh, oops. Martin wants to know who's snoring.
I mean, it's his N scale.
that
Remember,
might
the
be-
keyword is.
I turned it off.
Might be my dog.
That's double O's.
shut the door.
Hey Otis, I missed the Kickstarter, but man, I really want to get that book. I can't wait till it gets released publicly.
I know. Which one is that?
The
Mel
Train
book.
Tutor by Mel.
Yeah. Thingy's got Williams. Well, he's got a mini Mel coming out to him, man.
I don't know if it matters that this little pointy part is up, but I'm trying to. I don't know if the pointy part's supposed to be up. Maybe the pointy part's supposed
One
to be
thing about
down.
this is
and
I
that's
can't
my
see
problem.
chat. Let's see.
Move the
I'm
brain
Hey.
into the hold. Into
Zay?
the hold underneath the platform.
Wait, are you gluing? What are you actually gluing it onto? Are you gluing onto grease-proof paper?
So this is no. Oh, I should put some wax paper down before I glue it to the table.
Yeah, I would. Wax paper, glue, grease-proof paper. They're all the same.
See, good thing the Glue King's here. I would have been in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, it got released if you pre-ordered it. Unfortunately.
Yeah, they got released if you pre-order. Other than that, it hasn't been released for public yet.
Here it is.
I have to admit, this is my first card kit. I normally do plastic.
Yeah, I've got some Craftsman kits. That's next on my list.
Oh,
Yeah,
I love
this is why we don't
My
need
tape
cards.
not sticky anymore.
I fixed it. I had
You
no
fixed
idea what I was doing. I
Yay.
fixed it.
Nice, and you got your second monitor back in use.
Yay.
Now I'm gonna reassemble this without electrocuting myself.
Ooh, that's scary.
Now there's like a 400 volt capacitor sitting on it, and you know what happens if you discharge a capacitor?
You might want to discharge it first. Just saying.
Yeah, I'm not going to discharge a capacitor when it's directly on the power board.
Oh yeah, never mind.
Oh, look, 400 volts is nothing.
No.
400 volts. Yeah, especially when you work on cars and you go, oh, can you hold the spark plug lead for me for a second? Bang.
No, I look, in a previous life before I went into computers, I used to work on TVs and the EHT on a picture tube, and before our
Oh, yes. Those things are weapons.
oh yeah,
Yeah. Oh, what's this do? Bang. What day is it today?
yeah. Oh, they were great. You know, they were something like, if I remember rightly, about 50 kV.
Yeah.
Yeah, Z.
Yeah. Literally voltages that would make you have memory loss and you have no idea who you are.
I never had memory loss, but yeah, I got booted a few times, to say the least.
Yeah, but you probably would have been like, I'm taking the next week off. I don't care what anyone says, I'm taking the week off.
Actually, the best one I had was I'd accidentally touched. I don't know what it was. It was high voltage. I think it was the EHT, because we were fixing a TV and the guy wanted some help, and so he said, "Hang on to this." So I hang on to this, and he and I were touching because we were trying to hold another piece. And what happened was I got booted. It went through me, and he got the shock, which was always very good because it didn't. It's just a tingle then.
Yeah. Actually, here's a funny thing. And it's train related, so it works very well. I used to have a mate who did his electrician apprenticeship through the railroads.
Yep.
Right, and one of the biggest contracts was V-Line.
Yep.
Anyway, they were doing some maintenance work on one of the signal boxes over in Geelong. And, you know, him being an apprentice, he had a spanner in his hand, and he's going, there was these things on the panel, he's just going, doing that. And whilst he's doing that, all of a sudden he just hears a very faint pop. And he goes, okay. And he just puts the spanner back in his pocket. Not even 2 minutes later, his supervisor's phone rings. Supervisor answers the phone, hello, and he can hear the guy on the other end screaming through the phone. What he ended up doing was he blew a fuse in the signal box, which controlled all the signal work of all of Geelong and outside of Geelong for about 10-kilometre radius outside of Geelong.
Ooh.
Yep. Well, look, I can tell you a better one. When
Yeah,
I was
5 hours though, 5 hours at I think it was $12,000 a minute.
Yep. Well, when I was an apprentice, I was in North Melbourne.
Yeah.
In Capital Street. I worked for Sanyo.
Oh yeah.
And there was probably 20 techs there, but we had a couple of apprentices. I was an apprentice at one stage, and one of the apprentices, we used to have old tape recorders that had like chassis and fuses in them, right? So if you touched them, yeah, big time. Anyway, whatever this apprentice did, he blew the fuse. But it wasn't, so how he ever did it, we don't know. And he did it twice, which was the worst thing. But what he did was, when he blew this fuse, he took out the whole of North Melbourne.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, and he did it twice. So they had to put a separate circuit on for him. But for whatever reason, he had rewired the power into itself. But the circuit that he was on was the main circuit that came in from North Melbourne. So, you know, we took out shops, banks, you name it. The whole of North Melbourne went out.
Yeah, and that would have been costly too.
Or you have no idea.
Oh yeah. Because how do you explain that? It's like, so why were you fired from your last job? Well, I may have
Well,
copped.
it was an apprentice, so yeah.
Yeah, but still, like, if you got fired for something like that, it'd be like, yeah. So the reason I got fired last time is because I made the company spend $5.2 million in insurances and damages for doing something stupid.
Correct. Or the other one, the other good one was, and you'll understand this, Shannon. Although I am, of course, but Sanya at one stage, right? The big TV awards, and we were at the Southern Cross. So as you know, the Southern Cross doesn't exist anymore, but we were at the Southern Cross, and we were packing up after the Logies, and one of the guys accidentally hit the fire alarm. We had the fire brigades come pouring in, and that was about 10 grand.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was just thankful it wasn't me.
Oh God, I mean, wrong to come up with that. What?
Well,
No,
nice.
hey,
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
are you coming over there?
Out here.
Yeah, they're going.
Maybe our English people can.
Hey, Heath,
Yeah, Jason.
have you made it to step 3 yet?
No.
That is.
Well, I'm finished with my card.
Oh, nice.
So I still got to
Can
put.
you see me shaking my head at you?
No, I can't. You're so small.
That's what she said.
Yeah. Look how small this thing is. It's like I attach one thing and then I break something else off.
Yeah, I just did that too.
Isn't that what your girlfriend says to you every day, Heath?
I know that was supposed to be a joke, Shannon, but I didn't get it.
Does anyone else understand Australian humour, or is it just me?
I don't what you said.
Yeah, I got a screen back. That's actually.
Actually, the funny thing was, I have a cousin who's on radio in England, and I was talking to him, and I said, "Oh, something about a bingle," and he absolutely cracked himself. And then
Hey, Jason.
Yeah.
Are you watching, Jason?
Hold up. I just dropped a spring.
And when I told him it was a car crashing, he just absolutely cracked it.
All right, do what?
You ready? You watching?
Yeah, are you tracing your hand?
Step 2 done.
Oh, look at you.
On to step 3.
So how many steps is there, first of all?
Wow.
Too many.
4.
He's definitely not going to finish it tonight, then.
9, not including the deckling.
And let me guess, step 9 says hold hand in clenched fist and pummel model and start again.
No. Have you put this model together yet, Shannon?
Are you
Hey,
buying?
Mike, come on up here and hang out, Mike.
Modeling engage.
Actually, I'll see if I'll see if there's stock in the store and I'll buy one and I'll specifically build it. So let's see, you're at 46 minutes.
He's not, Shannon. He's not going to build it on this live tonight.
I'm also watching Chad. I'm doing other things.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm still going to be able to build it and have it operational.
If I had somebody that was helpful up here, Shannon, I might be able to get a little further. But I got to keep an eye on you and your yapping.
Hey, if you wanted help, you should have never put me on panel.
I would agree with that.
Yes, I would agree with that as well. But bring Shannon up on and everything goes wrong.
glue the other bracket 18 into the notch in
Fix it.
gearbox half 13.
Hey, don't think too hard over there.
And with, I hope you would.
You put the 4 grommets in. Good boy.
All right. like I said,
Where's this glass
done.
guy?
Moved.
There we go.
Between 10:30 and 11:30, so
What are you doing at 11:30?
I'm going on the adjustments.
Glue the other bracket 18
Look at that, it
into the
finally worked.
notch in the gearbox half 13.
I've just made mine fall apart and I've just moved it when the tacky glue wasn't dry.
CMP, what are you working on?
Who, me?
Yeah.
So this is attempt number 3, making a battery-powered locomotive to clean my tracks while the power is off. So
hang on. Let me get this straight. So you're trying to make a locomotive that's battery operated. So doesn't matter if the track's clean or dirty. It's just going to keep running.
yes,
What? Okay. First question. What locomotive is it?
it's an old Bachmann GP40 I'm using, like the very first engine I ever got. That's been my
Okay.
guinea pig for everything.
All right. 2. Does it still have the shell, or you just got to run it without the shell?
No, I have the shell. I just have the shell off because I need to get to the motor to see if my contraption actually worked.
Yeah. Because I can tell you right now. Which capacitors is it? You can get they're like a button cell capacitor.
They're the ceramic capacitors.
No, not the ceramic ones. These ones are electrolytic. Hang on, I'll go get it. I gotta try and remember the numbers.
Oh, so I didn't notice you were even in CPA Railroad.
Yeah, I kind of snuck in.
I know, I noticed, mate. How are you doing?
Another day. Another
day,
yeah.
dollar, as you say.
I wish I could get.
I could have been coming out with a lot, but I jumped in for a bit.
Yeah, I decided to get on for a minute because I'm actually, believe it or not, I'm in the area of Heath area, but I'm on the other side of town again.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Which,
This
by
is
the
what you need instead of batteries.
Maybe he likes batteries. Press fit.
Oh, I have a
bracket
hold on.
19 into the hole in gearbox.
I did-
half
Mine's is
number
overkill, but I have a
14.
RC airplane battery pack in the second car. So the whole
Okay. So that's gonna be all together. I see.
yeah. So it
Is it
runs like the whole
DCC
battery.
or DC?
Now, this is DC. I'm trying to keep it simple because if I do train shows, we have like 104. Oh God, what is it? Last time we measured, we have 4 main lines at about 150 feet long. So
Okay.
at shows, we spend about a good half an hour just scrubbing tracks.
Yeah. Second question. Okay. Your lab is it primarily DC or DCC?
My layout is all DCC.
Okay. What decoders do you normally use?
Soundtracks. I use Digitrack if I have them floating around, but most of my
Hey,
stuff is all
Keith.
soundtracks.
Okay. Because I was going to say, if you use a ESU lock pilot 21 pin or a 21 pin converted to 8 pin, on the back of the decoder, there's a couple of solder pads. You'll be able to wire that battery pack to those solder pads, and it'll actually run the decoder without any signal. So if it loses signal from your controller, it'll still run it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is just
the same thing.
I think, I seen it on Soundtrack. It's just that this is for while we're done setting up, we just like fine tuning tracks. They can start scrubbing the tracks for us.
Yeah, he's not looking for a keep alive that'll run for like 15, 20 seconds. He's looking at something that'll run for 10 minutes.
Pretty much.
So he's putting a whole battery in the boxcar behind it.
Yeah, you can still use the battery as a keep alive. And how many milliamp hours is that battery?
Hold on, let me pull it back out and see. 2200.
2200. So you're telling me you're gonna have that logo's gonna run for like hours on end without power.
That's the point. we don't have to worry about cleaning no tracks. But that thing works for us all day and maybe all night.
Jesus.
That sounds what I like. That's what type of cleaning thing I need with mine.
Cause the last show we did, we spent 30 minutes with 6 people going down all our main lines, just like using a bright boy to clean them all up. And by like mid show, we had problems again. So I'm like, if we just make something that do the job for us, just keep running trains, don't worry about nothing, everybody be happy. Hopefully.
Dave, if you send me an email, I'll be able to show you how to make one.
Yeah, that should be easy enough.
It's funny because some of the guys in our train club, he was like, "Oh, so can it go forward and reverse?" I'm like, "You're asking for too much. You're asking for too much. Why we need to back the train up? Well, what happened if it missed a spot? Let it go around, come back again. Like, it's not that hard."
And then once it does a couple hundred laps in one direction, then you turn it around and let it do 100 laps in the other direction.
Exactly. But these are the same guys that over engineer something. And I'm like, yeah, you could have done this instead. Oh, I could have done that, but it was easier if I just do this.
Hey Keith, speaking of over engineering, have you met Shannon?
Oh, hi Shannon.
I think I met Keith ages ago on a different stream. I think it might have been Ron's stream from Toyman.
Yes.
Yeah. I have to catch up with one. I haven't spoken to him in ages.
I've been in I usually go on Toyman's panels sometimes.
Yeah, I know you do because that's the first time I met you, and geez, you have a mouth on you.
Yeah, I'm good at doing my scratch builds. I like doing my scratch builds.
Yeah, Toymans can get a little bit out of control.
Yeah, they can. I'm
out of control. There's nothing out of control about it. It's great. It's a pub scene.
It really is.
Oh, that's what makes it so great.
I was about to say that's kind of one of the good things about it.
See, we come to Heath's channel for like a Sunday church class day thing, and then we go to Ron's channel for a beer out.
Yeah, we do.
That is true.
Oh, Heath.
Yes.
I'm
getting glue all over everything
because it's getting late for me being up in the loft.
Okay, Lee. Thanks for coming. We appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. I'll do it next time. I'll try and come in. I'll try and do so. Thank you all for letting me come up here and everything. And I'll see you again today. I'll probably see you in the streams.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, look up my videos of making fences. You'll see how I make the fences. They're on my channel. So take a nose of them.
Alrighty, I will.
Because I do a lot of scratch build. Hey,
Jason.
Showpiece.
What's that?
Ready?
Yeah.
All right.
That's step 3 down.
Are you making it to step 3?
No, now I'm on step 4.
Oh.
Oh.
See you again, Zay. See everyone on
You
panel.
can see that I've kind of gotten glue all over.
You have a good
things,
one.
but-
Hey, Heath. You know that car kit I just bought today?
Yes.
I'm already done.
Yeah, did you try doing it on a live stream while you're Hey Joey, come up here and model with us.
I just did it on your live stream.
Yeah, but not while you were watching chat.
Oh no, I know better than that.
Yeah.
Hey Heath, I just have to say I loved your video and the way you designed your desk. That was really cool.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
But Heath, you know what's more difficult than paying attention to chat while modeling? It's listening to Shannon in the background.
Oh, you're telling me.
Oh. Ring, ring. Hello.
Great.
So I'm trying to figure out now. So I'm now modeling N scale American, HON3, Australian N scale. What I'm going to get it roped into next?
Maybe having another kid?
And? Oh, hang on. Actually, if you think about it, that means when I die, each child can take part of my collection. One can have the American N scale, one can have the American HON3, one can have the Australian N scale.
Are you sure it's not going to be one of the kids that takes you out?
If they don't take each other out first.
Wow, they want me to glue these counterweights to the end of the gear shaft. I feel like I'm going to get glue all over everything if I attempt to do that.
That's what she said.
We have faith in you.
I think I'm not going to glue them. I think I'm just going to put this piece number 9 on. Can you see that piece number 9? No. I think I'm just going to put this piece number 9 on and glue that and not glue these. It should stay on.
So who else is in chat?
Counterweight's 12. Oh, you know what I could do? I could put the glue on from this side. Let's try that. What could go wrong?
Oh, everything.
As Sparky would say, how hard can it be?
I just pulled mine apart accidentally by moving.
It got really quiet for a second. Did Shannon get disconnected or something?
No way.
He's gone.
What?
I was wondering why it got real quiet.
He's gone.
Hey, don't feel bad. This is my 4th potentiometer I had to put in a car. I fried the first 3. They're like, oh, solder here, solder there, you're done. Yeah, this is now my 4th one I have to try to put in.
All right, I'm back.
Shannon's like the little kid knocking on the door.
Should you or should you not?
9. Is that 9 or 6? I guess that's 9.
Hang on, what? You're asking if you want to be the 6 or the 9?
Whoever thought that this should be the first project that I attempt to do for the first one of these?
Yeah, didn't you have like a candy shack or something to do? Ice cream shack?
Yeah.
Well, that would have
that's
been cute.
That's a craftsman kit, though, which, you know, has its own problems.
Keith, I challenge you to do the propane tanks.
In HO scale or N scale?
N scale.
Hey, Jason.
Yo.
Did you hear the challenge I proposed to Heath earlier?
No, what challenge is that?
So you know how he's doing the oil pump? I proposed to him if he can actually make it operational and actually pump some sort of fluid, I'd give him $100.
Well, you ain't got to worry about spending money on that.
Now, are we talking about American dollars or your dollars?
No, American.
Okay.
Like that matters.
Never agreed with county dollars, let alone American.
Honey, it's my money. Hey, don't look at me like that.
Ooh.
And just like that, it was nice knowing you.
I'm waiting to see a frying pan go flying now.
No. So at the moment, I've got the wife staring at me with a hairbrush saying, can you please
He's
brush my hair?
pregnant too, man. He's really playing with fire.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Yeah, Shannon, you are standing on thin ice with that one.
Jeez.
Thin ice.
I mean, normally that'd be touchy.
Hey, she's the one that said I do. I just thought it was a good idea at the time.
Hey, everyone makes mistakes.
Oh!
Yeah, really.
You know, Heath, you were talking about modeling and all. I was like, oh yeah, y'all get to watch me pour
Oh, there's so
resin
many
then.
things to say, but
That's why I
Oh, is
jumped
that what
in.
you're
I was
doing?
just
Pouring resin?
I was just about to do some Hearst cast resin pours.
Oh,
I
nice.
just went to the shop and bought more resin.
ooh.
Of course, when I buy resin, I buy it by the gallon because otherwise I go through it too quickly.
Yeah, right.
I never can get it to set up.
Hey, Will, I didn't realize you jumped on.
I didn't even realize he had put me up on panel. I was sitting in the basement and I realized it when I had a feedback all of a sudden because I was getting the YouTube feed and the Streamlab feed at the same time. It was like, oh,
Glue
and
the
Shannon,
horse head sides.
just so you know,
7 and 8 to the walking beam.
remember the last time you saw my layout?
No, I don't. It's been that long.
Yeah, well, guess what?
What?
It hasn't changed a bloody bit.
I was somehow expecting a totally different answer to come out here.
Yeah, I was gonna say I resemble that one more.
No, it hasn't. It hasn't changed. The only thing that's changed on it is the 210.2 is running wonderfully, but the Kato 484 will still not do the radius corners at 15 inches.
Oh, Jesus. Send it back to Kato and go, what's wrong with your product?
Yeah, considering they claim it'll do a 12 and 3/4.
No, I thought on the website it says it will do an 11-inch.
No, it was 12 and 3/4. No, originally I started out with 11-inch because I thought it was 11-inch, but yeah, I think it was a 12 and 3/4. That's why I ended up buying all the 12 and 3/4 radius corners. You know, if you cut it off, it won't be so bad and tangle so bad.
That's why I'm brushing it, because she's going to get a haircut later.
Oh no, I think he was trying to set you up for failure.
As I pull mine to like mid chest in a ponytail.
Is Shannon going to start becoming a hairdresser?
Well, he does cut his own hair.
Yeah, I mean, who do you think styles this?
It's terrifying that Shannon cuts his own hair.
Yeah, well.
No, Heath, what's more terrifying is I use a cutthroat razor in places that I shouldn't.
The fact that she laughed.
Yeah, because she was there when I nearly cut it open.
Oh God!
Nice job.
Yeah, I called her in. I'm like, "Look what I did, honey! I nearly pulled it out."
All right, look, I'm trying to use a razor here. Try not lose a finger right now.
Oh, are you using a chopper? Oh no, he's not using. Oh, he's using a razor blade. Okay, I thought you were using a chop it. I was gonna say, how are you losing your fingers using a chop it? Oh, wait a minute. I can't say much. I've just about got my finger in the blade when I was pulling stuff out from underneath the blade. So.
Actually, you know what I did the other day?
What's that?
I had my hobby knife on the table, right, and I was working on something. And as hobby knives do, that you know how they just roll off the edge of the table. Where do you think it landed?
Yeah.
On the floor between your legs.
No. It actually hit me on the foot.
Oh, nice.
Oh God.
Why are you looking at me like that? Literally, my wife's looking at me like, how are you still alive?
And this is why I don't have X-Acto blades that are round blades, so they don't roll off the table.
No.
Where the...
Yeah.
Oh, you're kidding me. I can't...
Honey, that's why it's getting tangled. You got to bunch it up and hold it in a ponytail.
I can't. It's too high now. Ah!
What was that? too high. If I can do it.
I'm pretty sure when this stream is over, Shannon is gonna have a world of hell to deal with.
Probably.
Actually, no. This is just the norm.
That's what he says, anyways.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have any
You can ask her
errors if they did
yourself.
that to me.
She's right here. You can ask her anything. She'll tell you.
Well, because she's on camera, so she's gonna be nice.
No, she'll throw me under the bus first chance she gets.
She probably will.
No, honey, you are that mean sometimes. You're just
Oh, good,
polite
the
about
desk is
throwing me
still
under the bus. See, when she throws me under the bus, it's not like a shove. It's like, can you please stand here for a second?
Oh, in other words, she throws you under the bus and makes sure the bus driver backs up at least 2 or 3 times to make sure you're dead.
Yeah.
Probably. So I have learned my lesson to never trust people who design things on shapeways for me.
Oh no.
So I bought this car. Actually, I made a video a while back. I bought this train car, the shell of it at least. And the guy said he did it right. It's up to it's the scale, all the details on much you can get for shapeways.
Thank you.
I had a 3D printed for like, I'm not gonna say how much. Let's just say it was more than I ever wanted to pay. And come to find out, it was a half-inch longer than the chassis.
That's a bummer.
That's what I found with one of the F7 I have that I want to put a new couplers on. They don't make couplers for it because it's too old. It's an old Lifelike F7. And it was the truck mounted, the truck mounted chassis. They don't make new trucks for it. Whoop, wrong drawer. But the other thing is it's so old I can't even convert it to DC or DCC if I really wanted. That one I've shown you before, Shannon.
Yeah, and I told you can convert that to DCC quite easily.
No. Well,
I've done it. I've done several of them.
Yeah, but Shannon, you're talking about a locomotive that's like 20 years old.
Yeah, and the motors in them are like beasts.
Yeah, it's
got a good motor, poor chassis design, but you can still make them DCC.
Yeah, well, it's a Lifelike. I'm not in the mood to weld, solder an N scale. I mean, it was bad enough on the stream I was on last night. I was doing I was using the highways and byways N scale line kits, and I put a line down on a piece of cardboard just to see how to do it. And I looked at it and I was like, I don't know how Vinny does this. I don't know how anybody does lines in N scale for streets. They're tiny.
Yeah, it's not the easiest thing, but you can do it if you're patient enough. Or what I do is when I get aggro, I just say, right, that's it, walk away, and then come back and do it next time.
Yeah. And what made it worse is I was actually going to do it for putting on the layout. I was going to do it in cardstock and chipboard. And I put the line down and realized I hadn't painted the cardstock yet. So it's still that nice brown. And I'm just like, oh my.
Yeah.
Too much fun.
Yeah, actually, talking about shapeways, I'm currently de-skirting one of my Kato GS4s. And I can tell you that's annoying. I have to get details to, do the brake cylinders, feed water pump. I'm going to have to repaint it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This thing here is just I told myself anything over 6 inches from shapeways, I don't want it no more. Because I had them 3D print me what was it? Oh, a high level platform for me to see how it would come out.
Yeah.
And I printed it around like I think 10 inches long. I think it was. This thing has so many waves and it was so warped so badly. I'm like, it's reinforced. How did it bend? And I realized because it was being printed so thin, I guess it was warping as they were printing it.
Oh yeah, when it's thin, it gets warped really easy.
Or when it dried. Could have happened when it
That's what I'm
dried,
thinking.
too. Do you know John Tanzillo?
Curing.
Well, that's the thing.
Do you know
Like
John Tanzillo?
No, I don't.
Should check out his channel. He does a bunch of 3D printing. Not so much on his channel, but he's done some stuff for other model railroaders.
Yeah.
I watched a guy do a 3D printer today that looked really easy and it was not very expensive. Really good. I could get one for school.
Yeah.
I actually wanted to try it.
Well, actually, if you want, actually, Shannon, down by you, Boulder Creek, Luke Towan does a bunch of 3D printed stuff on his channel. He's right down the road.
Yeah, he does. Well, actually, I was going to say, with the whole warping issue, what a lot of 3D printer designers don't anticipate for to stop warping is they don't put a rigid structure inside it, like a framework to keep it all in place.
Yeah.
Have you met Luke Talon, Shannon? Is he in your town?
No, he's like
No,
2,500
he's
kilometers
Australian.
north.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's more north of him.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't mind meeting him, but yeah, right now, like, working at the train shop, I'm now starting to learn. I'm still trying to get my head around a lot of the regulars' names. Like, there's a few guys I look at, I'm like, oh, hey, what you doing? And going from there, but.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, just so you know, folks at home, do not do what I'm doing. I'm pouring resin without gloves. I've done it so much, I've managed to get where I don't get it on my hands.
Yeah, that would be bad.
So long as you get it off before it starts to harden, you're pretty well set. I also use 10-minute set. So as you can see, some of it's already starting to activate and turn white. Just while we're sitting here.
So you got to pour that quick.
Yes. Yeah, that's why most of the times when I do my pours, I pretty much
What's
set
the
out
key to
ahead of
getting it
time
to
what I
set?
need, what I want to pour, because it's only got about a 5-minute pot life and then 10-minute set time. So it sets up really quickly, and I really wish I could get the camera to actually focus in more. But that's the problem with a 922.
Oh, yeah.
Because once I get it set, I can't change the focal length of it. StreamYards won't let me zoom in.
What Ray does is he uses the Logitech software, and he does all the zooming and stuff in the Logitech software.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because the other thing I'd like to do is use my camera, my Rebel that I have. The only problem is I can't get the Rebel to recognize. I can't get the computer to recognize the Rebel camera on video feed.
Using the EOS utility, Canon utility, webcam utility, whatever it's called.
No, just I was doing plug and play.
Yeah, that won't work. It won't
Yeah.
recognize it.
Uh-huh.
You need either the webcam utility or the EOS utility, and then do a screen capture.
I don't.
Okay.
but it depends which rebel it is.
As you ask, I gotta dig.
Mm.
Oh.
Actually, I was gonna say I'm gonna head off because I've got a few errands to run now.
What? We're just getting started.
What do you mean?
It's the T3i.
Oh, that one is not a supported camera. But what? Do you have a Mac or a PC?
I've got a laptop.
But is it? Are you running
No, it's-
OS X or are you running Windows?
No, Windows.
Oh, I can't help you then. I could tell you how to do it with a Mac.
Well, what you could do if you could actually find the software and then you can actually run Windows in Windows 7 or Windows 8 or XP by using you actually sorry, I'm now getting the words stuffed up, but you can actually change how you run it when you set it up. If it fails, you can use what's called compatibility.
Yeah, compatibility mode.
Yeah, but I don't know that still won't see the camera.
What
No, so the compatibility mode changes the way the Windows software interacts with the
camera
installed software.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because obviously as Windows was updating the software, they changed parameters and whatnot. But with compatibility mode, it depending on whether you want a compatibility mode Windows 7, XP, etc., it will use those parameters accordingly.
And therefore, if you use the right software, so the software's utility, that means that it should actually then recognize the camera.
No, it's the webcam utility was made after the T3i came out, so it doesn't recognize it because of that. It's not that Windows doesn't recognize it; it's that the software isn't designed for that camera.
Right. Okay.
Anyway, I'm heading off. Thanks, guys. See you later.
See you later, Shannon. Thanks for
See you later, Shannon.
Bye.
Yeah, have a good
I'll
one.
come and annoy you guys next time I have a
Bye-bye.
day off.
I'll give you a hard time next time I come down to Brighton.
Yeah, no, please do. You can't miss me. I'm there.
Hey,
there
are
so
you guys running the train show this year?
No, Sandown's been cancelled. Was announced last night.
Oh, bugger.
Trust me, if you looked at the logistics of it, there's no way it would have been viable.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
okay.
I'll talk to you about it when we see each other in person.
Yep, no problem.
All right, take care, guys. See you, everyone.
All right, take care,
Thanks,
Shannon.
Bye.
So, hey, do you use a what do you use for your camera mixing?
For my camera, what?
For your camera mixing, so for your different cameras.
Oh, OBS.
Are you don't use anything like Blackmagic or Light Pro?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say.
It's all software based.
Okay, cool. I thought that was the case, but I thought I'd better ask. I just set up a live stream with 2 cameras, PC, all in HDMI, go into the little mixer. The mixer has a four screens for the 4 inputs, and they're half a. Hang on, I'm getting right. So it's a 2-inch screen, so it's a half an inch screen for each one. Proper little T-bar, and you can mix all those, and then you have your output for live streaming.
Yep.
And,
you use the A10 Mini?
No, I used the Live Pro.
Oh, Live Pro.
The reason why I did that is because the people who are using it are not tech savvy.
Yeah.
So rather than it's already a bit complicated anyway. So rather than complicate it, I thought, well, if you've got the little screen they can see in front of them what's on each camera, then it's easy for them to just push the button and slide it.
Okay, so that'd probably be a good thing for me.
I agonised whether I'd get that because I was asked to put this into a church, and I agonised what to use because of the low tech people there.
Yeah, there's some specific programs designed for churches that have like really good support systems because they know that they're going to get a lot of calls.
Yeah.
But they're specifically, set up to deal with the church audience.
Yeah. I've looked at them. It's one of those things. Sorry, I'm talking. It's one of those things, Heath, that depends on the people there as well. So the idea of this is that instead of being, a one person operating a camera that moves, the cameras are fixed so one person can operate the whole lot.
Yeah. Yep.
And it's separate from the audio mixer, so the person who's on the audio mixer can mix the sound, and the sound goes out through the little vision mixer out to YouTube or Facebook or at the moment they're using Zoom, but the problem is it's limited to how many people who can watch. So I'm trying to get them to go out to Facebook, but I had an issue where the PC wouldn't input into the Live Pro, and so I had to change the video card, and I've got that working now. So the next step is to get them out onto Facebook.
Yeah, one day I'm hoping to build myself a PC.
Yeah, that's my goal.
Build a PC, simple.
Oh, it's not the building that's the hard part; it's the money to buy
Yes,
it.
it always is. Yes, I get that. Don't worry.
Okay, let's see. So snap, do not glue the gearbox assembly in place on. Okay, glue the walking beam assembly to the base. So if people are curious, I'm up to step 6.
You're almost there.
How many
If
steps?
anybody's counting.
No one's counting, Heath. I'm just struggling because I don't get this bit anyway.
Just like that, it is fixed again.
I prefer plastic kits, I think.
Good job, Keith.
Well, a while back, I wasn't paying attention. The chassis for that passenger car, it was on the floor. And I didn't see it one day, and I kind of stepped on it and snapped it.
No.
So yeah, good old super glue is coming to the rescue right now.
Yeah, I know the
Yes.
feeling. I
can't tell you how many times I've super glued stuff.
I'm actually building a bench, so I'm in the office at the moment, so I'm trying to get it all into the garage where the train is, and so I've just built a new bench and trying to fix things up so as I can have a couple of cameras running.
Yeah, it's like I'm at the workbench at the edge of my layout, but the funny thing is I just got the go ahead from my wife this past week that if I plan on getting into any other smellier stuff like resin printing, 3D printing and stuff like that, she wouldn't mind if I went and got a storage building and put it out in the yard.
Oh, awesome.
So for about the last 4 days, since like Friday night, I've been going on to like Home Depot and Lowe's and looking at storage buildings and trying to figure out what size I want to do to incorporate the train/game board and still have room to be able to move around the board for gaming and doing the train and everything else. And I keep looking at that, and then it's like, oh, well, I like this one. And then I look at it and go, oh, wait a minute. It's too big for the area I have to work with. Never mind. Or, or most of them are like for lawn equipment and that, so they don't actually have a door. You know, they've got the barn style doors that close, and it's not actually weather tight or anything. I'm just like, Yeah, I think what I'm gonna end up having to do is just build one from the ground up.
How's it going,
Yep.
everyone?
Hey, Tyler.
Hi, Tyler.
Hey, Tyler.
Morning.
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 What's
You
up,
just getting
Tyler?
up, Keith?
Well, for me, it's my morning because I run overnights to New York City stores.
Oh, I didn't
Oh,
realize you were doing the
okay.
overnights. Gotcha.
Well, I figured I'd show you some of the projects.
Here this morning.
Nice.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was about to say. So you're across the Pacific Pond, huh? I figured you were down in Australia or something like that, talking about your morning.
I am. I didn't know that down under.
Yeah.
No, it's just our warehouse is so far backed up right now with everything. I am forced to run our New York City stores against my will.
So you're
What do
actually
you
going
have
to be
against
in
New
the
York
city.
City?
Hmm?
What do you have against the city?
Look, I drive a semi. It's not fun for us, no matter what time of day it is.
Oh. Yeah, you're driving a semi on city streets. Yeah, that's not fun at all.
No, not
No.
fun.
And usually the stores are in areas where it's like, oh yeah, a box truck will have a hard time getting here. Hey, let's bring a semi in here and see if it fit.
That's all right. I did that with when I worked for Sears. I had to show a driver how to get to one of our other Sears stores in Charlotte, and I thought he had a 32-foot trailer. I started going down the road, and he calls me on the CB going, William, I can't make that corner. And I'm going, what? He goes, I'm in a 53-footer. I'm like, oh, crap. Okay.
Whoops.
Back up. Wait right there. Let me turn around and come back out, and I'll take you down this other way. It's like what should have been like a 10-minute trip turned into a 30-minute trip.
Yep.
Going between stores because I had to take him totally like 5 miles past where we really needed to go just for his cornering. I was like,
I just got a new gooseneck horse trailer, and I've never driven a gooseneck before, and it's crazy how wide you have to turn.
So how badly did you jackknife it?
Jackknifing is not the problem. It's making the turn without going on the curb. I did 2 out of 8 curbs without going up on them. My first trip.
We could use what pedal hitches on those, don't you? Originally, or is that just the ball?
Well, I'd come on here and show
That
everyone some of
just
my
the ball. The gooseneck
okay.
is in the bed. The ball's in the bed.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
This is the one.
No, that's not it's not a fifth wheel setup. like a
Yeah,
tractor trailer. No,
fifth wheel.
I have driven those before with a car hauler on it.
Well, it's the same place as a fifth wheel. Just I don't know what the difference is, to tell you the truth.
The fifth wheel setup has a locking
like a
mechanism
disc?
like an 18-wheeler. It sits in the bracket instead of being over the top of the ball.
Right.
So like with a trailer, you would have the cup for the ball to sit into. A fifth wheel setup has a knuckle that slides into a bracket.
Yeah, the kingpin. That's what I have on my.
Does that make it drive different?
No, it drives
Not
about
really.
the same. I've got a fifth wheel RV that's 46 feet long, so it drives roughly the same as a gooseneck. It's just, where your gooseneck will pivot down in the bed, your gooseneck pivots above the bed.
Yeah.
If the wheel pivots in the bed.
I mean,
I believe
the fifth wheel pivots in the bed too.
Yeah, I would say the setup you have is probably very similar to ours. They just hook up differently.
Yeah. They drive the same. It's just
right.
You still got to make wide.
So give me some tips about making that right-hand turn, man. I got to take up 3 lanes.
Oh, I do too. I do all the time. Most stores I go to, I'm the oncoming lanes.
Yeah, it's like you're taking To make a right-hand turn, you're usually turning from the center lane with your right turn signal on and driving everyone nuts that's coming up on your right-hand side, blind spotted by it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm on layout.
Mine's only
stuff
24 on the floor, I think, Jason. So I'm still ahead a little bit.
Tyler, good luck getting a word in edgewise.
Yeah, I was just about to say. I think he's trying to show his layout. We keep cutting him off. We're sorry.
Someone's actually trying to talk about trains.
Trains.
Well, I'm working.
I got horses. I heard horses, and I just derailed. Sorry.
Oops. Well, go ahead, Tyler. You got
Go
it
ahead,
now.
Tyler.
Catch us before we start talking about something else.
Sure. Well, I'm working on this expansion I put on. It's getting there. I built these 3 kits. They were all building kits that I've bought or got. And I'm starting to get the scenery going a little bit. And got the track work all done and the switches wired up. Factory is all in. I got to build put this in.
Does the railroad crossing turn on and off, or is it steady for now?
No, it doesn't turn on and off. It's just one of those cheap ones, like $15 on eBay.
Oh, okay. There's a what is it? It's a company called WeHonest.net or .com, wherever they go by now.
CN.
CN, there we go.
CN is the Chinese one, and then there's one in the U.S. also that's like We Honest something.
See, that's their eBay page. They have a legit page now.
Yeah, I got some stuff from them I can pull out in a second if I can.
Everything electronic, or hold on, say this right. Everything with light poles, signals, and something else. Is all
They
from them.
have cars with LEDs in them. They're pretty cool.
I bought the 100 pack.
Oh, did you? I just got like 8 of them.
My problem is I'm N scale. Nobody makes anything in scale.
We Honest CN. I bought.
so
that's what I bought.
Yeah,
that's
really?
what I got. Was an N scale.
Okay, because I'm looking for N scale railroad crossings with lights. I was hoping to find
for
ones
that
with,
you
with
need
cross bugs.
You need NJ International is the only one that does that.
MJ International.
Yeah.
Yes.
In scale.
Screw cutters and build this kit.
Man, this is hard.
So that will be fun. And I got a boxcar kit right there to build, and got some other scenery stuff, but mainly focusing on that part. That's where all of it's gonna go.
Have you built that Volmer kit yet?
No, it probably February be built.
I have a Volmer kit, and I'm just curious how it is, like directions and stuff.
Yeah, mine, it looks pretty complex, so I'm gonna order some sprue cutters probably the end of January. Because my birthday is next Monday, so.
Oh, happy birthday!
Happy birthday! If you want a good set of sprue cutters, Midwest Model Railroad, look for the Xeron sprue cutters.
Yeah.
They're
oh, these aren't the Xeron.
See, is that? Yeah, that's the sprue cutters. They look like that. But actually, they've got.
Come on.
If they actually have it in the store, they have a railroader's kit. It's the rail nippers, the Xeron flush cutters, and then a pair of needle nose pliers.
Yeah,
the Xeron pliers.
I was in Vinny's live stream, and he said he has them on his Amazon page, and they're only $8, so I'll get those.
Okay.
And I got.
I paid $5 for these at Hobby Lobby.
Yeah, I go through sprue cutters like crazy.
Yeah, and
mainly because of my the plastic and metal miniatures that I do.
I
think I've been through 5 different set of flush cutters.
This was 3D printed. Somebody gave it to me, so I'm gonna
Nice.
One thing.
That's real nice.
Yeah, there's this and like a little.
Can someone look and let me know if Tom's Trains and Things looks like he's going live?
Yeah, okay, I'll have a look. Yeah.
If he's going live, I
I
definitely want to
haven't-
jump off.
Yeah.
Yeah, my phone is actually about to die, so I'm gonna have to bail here in a minute.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump off. My phone is about
But
to.
I got this finished.
So everybody have a great night.
You too.
Thanks,
All
Tyler.
right, you too.
Thanks, Tyler.
You have a good one.
Yeah, we'll look for watching those builds.
I haven't seen anything on him, Heath.
He's still trying to fix it.
I think he's still in the process of moving.
Yeah, well,
No,
that's
he's
what I wasn't
moved.
sure.
I actually had an email from him. He's moved, but he's got no furniture. He's got internet, but no furniture.
That sounds like Tom.
Yeah.
So it says, the email says, I now have the internet at the house. No furniture, but internet. Whoa. And that was a week ago.
Hello, Heath.
Good night, Mike Rail King. Lee, are you back?
Yeah, I'm not in the loft though. I brought some stuff. I brought some stuff out of the loft onto my bench downstairs. Yeah.
Yeah, Dave, I've seen the Kato working grade crossing. It's about $270.
And it's me that had the echo.
Whoa!
Yeah, but it's because it's got yeah,
it's very expensive.
sensors. It's got sensors on it. Plus, it's adaptable to where you can do a single crossing. It's modular, so you can break it apart and put as many tracks across as you want.
Oh, okay.
The cross bucks are on the one side. Plus, it's got the bell and the sound, the siren, and all that. So as the train comes by, it blows a horn and everything. It's
Has a little sensor, but I have to tell you that in Australia it's $400.
Yeah. If you go to Kato's website, they have a YouTube video of it, and I think Mike Pfeiffer did one too, did a review of it, and if I wasn't gonna actually stay with doing flex track over the Kato Unitrack, like I'm kind of mixing both right now on my layout. If it wasn't for that, I probably would get it at some point, but I can't. With the way the layout sits right now, I can't justify it because I have nowhere to even think about putting a grade crossing on the layout. But then again, that might change by midsummer, so I have no idea.
The way you go through layouts, you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Well, it's like one part of this layout's actually been pulled out and redone. The upper right-hand corner, where all the Warhammer 40K stuff was sitting, that actually got pulled out and redone. Redid the board that it sits on and the foam and everything for my tunnel. Just because I got so hacked off with it. That's why it's actually Kato Unitrack between the flex track, because it used to be all flex track up there.
I've got to say, Unitrack I love. The one of the reasons is unfortunately I've got some old engines which were given to me, and when I tried to run them, and old carriages, when I tried to run them, they kept derailing all the time. And it was actually when I was in where now Shannon is now working, but a while ago there was a guy there who said, "Oh yeah." And I'd asked hundreds of people at the train show, nobody could answer it. And what it was because I had an old 70s, it was the shape of the wheels is slightly rounded. And when you use normal Pico track, it won't work in the rails. If you use Kato, it will run smoothly. So I had a straight stretch of track, just straight, no bends in it, no nothing, and it would derail constantly. you put it on Kato and it runs. And it's because of the shape of the wheels.
Yeah.
And Kato is more tolerant to running older engines or carriages. And ever since then, I've never had a derailment.
That's funny. Because I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Kato track, and actually I found out Woodland Scenics, in their infinite wisdom, at some point or another, has a gray blend ballast mix that is Kato gray.
Yeah.
It's the same look as the Kato Unitrack, so you can actually ballast your Kato Unitrack
The coffee stain
and match it with your Flex Track.
I don't believe that.
So it's the same color, so you can actually come across
I
your
hate
Kato
that
track
with
with it.
not being in the loft.
Oh,
One
hush,
of the
Lee.
problems being in Australia, you can't always get stuff. You always have to buy from overseas.
Well, yeah.
And everything's double the price.
Yeah.
So I constantly buy from, because I'm modeling, stupidly, I'm modeling British. I should be modeling American because there's more stuff here. But when I was a kid, it was all English. It was all Hornby. So I originally had HO. And so I really, and my family come from, or my dad's family are all in England. So, there's that sort of tie. And it's a struggle to get it. But my layout's in it's about the 70 or 80th different configuration. But using Kato, it makes it so much easier to reconfigure.
Yeah.
I really do like it. See, the other stupid thing I did, which I wished I hadn't, I actually have a t-trak moving bus system.
Oh, wow.
And the issue with that is to get it to fit around the layout, because it's a bit, it's not odd, but it's just the way the track of the Tony tech is. So I have to fit my tracks around the bus system, not the other way around.
Yeah. Well, there's so many British railroad car locomotives that I would love to get, but nobody does engage in them.
Yeah,
and
precisely.
Trying to find mini tricks is like asking for an act of God half the time.
Right, yeah, you're correct. It's hard. See, I, as I said, because of family things, and I'm also, I have spent some time in England, but I like to East Midlands, and Hornby have a fabulous East Midlands HST, but it's only in 00 scale, or for Americans, a HO scale. You can't get it in N scale, and it really peeves me off.
Yeah. Oh, I'm
But
making a giant mess.
I have to admit, I do run some American ones. So I've got the Atlas, and I've got I've got some other. I've got the original one I have is a Santa Fe, and I'm not sure what it is because it's really old, but it's a 1970 Santa Fe engine that I've been able to get up and running. And that was the one. It's all metal gears in it. It's noisy, but it runs on anything except Pico.
Yeah. Well, see, that's like
Carolina foothills. The answer is yes.
Well, I'm about to head out because I gotta start heading down the road again.
Okay.
So I will catch up with all y'all next time.
Well, maybe I'll see you in one of the stores around here
Hi,
at some
Dave.
point.
Or what's the nearest Dollar Tree to you?
I don't know. Is there a Dollar Tree in New York City? I don't even know.
There is one.
I mean, there's 99-cent stores, but they're like more independent stores, you know, up
I think
around here.
Last time I checked, we have one in Manhattan and one in New York City, which is crazy because we're only allowed to do those at 7 o'clock in the morning, not midnight. I never understood that. Those are the only 2 stores we got to do at 7 a.m. And then to this day, they're like, "You want to do it? Nah, we're good. Nope.
Yeah.
I want to make it. I want to make it out there before the sun goes back down." But I'll catch up with all y'all next time. Oh,
Catch you
sorry,
later, Keith. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah.
all right, y'all.
All right, man. Have a
See you
good one.
later.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye. That's happy. I'm happy now. I've moved the camera.
So what makes this so hard to do is there's no like right angles or anything. So you can't use, you know, a jig or something just to like hold things in place.
You will model engage.
But it's not that it's Engage. I mean, like if I was building a house in Engage, I wouldn't be having this problem. Because a house is square, so I have things that I can use to like hold it.
Yeah. If it's square, it's not square, is it?
No, this. I mean, you can see this thing, right? I mean, it's you know, it's not square at all. So it's like, luckily, I have these little clothes pins.
Yeah.
But you know, it's like nothing's.
That's why it's going to be so satisfying when you get it done.
It is. I'll be back in a minute, Heath. I'm just getting shouted.
Okay, Lee. The problem is. Problem is, there's some parts of it that I've glued like 2 or 3 times that keep like popping out.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who has that issue.
You know, because I'm trying not to use too much glue because I don't want glue dripping everywhere, especially because I want to motorize it if possible.
Yes, yeah.
But then like everything keeps popping out.
Yes, I've had that issue. Like I put a display in one of my buildings, right? So because it's midsummer and it's about murders, I've got a police station, and I tried to put a what do you call it? You know, a little display. I'll get it right in a minute. Sorry, I've got a mental block. Which says Midsummer Police. And to get that to fit, and the amount of times that I had to re-glue stuff was unbelievable.
Yeah, so the little piece that connects this to this part, I've glued like 3 times now. I think I'm gonna resort to crazy glue.
Crazy glue.
I mean, because I just keep it. I don't even know.
Yeah, I get it.
Is there a problem with crazy glue?
What?
Actually, Heath, instead of using crazy glue, when you go to glue it, take some blue painter's tape and tape the corner edge, and it'll hold it.
There's no way I'm getting blue painter's tape on this thing.
Oh,
I mean, I had it.
Realize what you. Oh, never mind. I thought you were actually doing like a building of some
No,
sort.
that's what's so hard. It's this little piece right here that gets glued onto this.
Yeah,
into this little hole here.
Oh.
And
I was upset. I wasn't in
to,
front of the laptop when I was saying that. That's why I didn't realize what you were.
Now I don't know where I put it, but I have those little tiny clothespins, and I was able to, hold it in place and get it clothespinned in place, and then I glued it. But then when I took the clothespin off, it just fell apart.
Yeah.
Where did that clothespin go? And getting this part lined up, as you can imagine, is oh so easy.
Yeah, micro glasses.
I have some. It's not so much that I can't see it. It's that I can't
You don't have the dexterity to line it up because of sausage fingers and itty bitty part. Yeah.
We call them fat fingers.
Yeah.
Yes.
What I can do, let's grab these. These are little. So I've got two different kinds of tweezers here, but these are kind of big, and these ones are a little smaller. So maybe I can grab one with the smaller ones.
All right, that's still not hardened yet. Yeah. Man, the guys at Smooth On would like be having a hissy fit right now if they were watching me do this. Because I'm playing with resin with no gloves on or anything. But then again, I've been doing this for probably going on 2 years now.
What's the issue with gloves and the resin? Is it like
some
toxic?
people react to it? I don't. It's like some people react to CA glue and plastic glue.
Yep.
Because of the alcohol and stuff like that in it. I haven't had any rashes or any kind of issues from it, so I just don't think anything of it. I just try not to like spill it or anything crazy like that.
You need us to buy gloves for you?
Oh no, I have. Where'd they go? I have a pair around here somewhere that I use.
He's working without a net.
No, we've got boxes of them here because we usually carry nitrox gloves with us whenever we go places where we know we're going to like a doctor's office and stuff like that, because all three of my children plus my wife is latex allergic.
Yep.
Hence why I have 3 kids.
Yeah, that was a good idea.
Oh no, here we go again.
Great song, awesome band. And I hate Geico used it for their commercial because they ruined the song from my childhood.
Come on, come out.
Come on.
I'm gonna have to drop the dog's going ballistic.
Yeah.
Doesn't like you up in the loft, huh?
I'm not in the loft, I'm back out.
Oh, okay.
But the dog's going ballistic and it's late at night. She wants to settle down, so I thought I was going to get away with it, but obviously not.
You know, that's what rubber bands on muzzles are for. Oh, sorry.
I thought that was just for kids.
So
No,
I'll catch you all again later. I won't be back this time.
All right, Lee, have a good one.
I will do. Bye.
Bye.
Right.
No, I do not condone animal. That's just being cruel to animals. No, I do not do that.
I just shut my door.
I have a lot of friends who are with the police department that are in animal handling and that. So we have running jokes with each other on stuff when it comes to certain things with animals.
I see. Now you're backtracking.
Nah.
Let's get other people up here also, so I'm not the only one working on stuff.
Actually,
Jason's still giving me a hard time. Jason, though, if you notice, I did just finish step 6. Which means, now that I'm done step 6, it means that I'm on the very back page of the directions now. So I'm nearing the end. Although now
hey,
I
Z,
look at
what size trestle is that?
It's supposed to be N scale.
Oh no.
Okay. Is it a double track N scale then?
The rookie. Yeah, I don't know.
That's nice. That's why I was wondering, is because I kind of need to do trestles on a part of my layout that right now I've got 2-inch blocks of 2-inch tall, 1-inch wide blocks of styrofoam holding up a wooden plates that I built for my layout.
Well, when I started this, I made a canyon that's supposed to be 100 feet deep, but it just looks the same length. Maths is hard. So I don't know. I'm just going to wing it. I'm going to claim rookie for a long time.
Hey, I'm claiming rookie coming back in after 20 years. Can't tell you how many rookie mistakes I made that people caught me on. My favorite was the original grade that I had on my layout. It was supposed to represent like a 2% grade. It was actually 6%. It was a 2-inch incline in 18 inches. And they're like, so do your engines climb it? And I was like, climbs it great. Why? And it's like, what grade is that? I finally found my one of my compasses and stuck it on it. It was like, oh yeah, it's 5.5%.
Man.
So I broke down and bought the Woodland Scenics 4% inclines, and once I did that, from there on out, I'll splurge the money for it. I'm sorry, rather than try and hand do it. Ooh.
I actually went and got the Cato inclines, and that worked really well.
Yeah, the viaduct inclines. Yeah. I actually had a set of those because I had, when I originally was doing trains, I had a Cato. I had like 400 feet of Cato track.
Ooh.
And it was on a 4x8 sheet of plywood. I had run 15 trains independently on it, and that was all DC.
Yep.
And when I got out of it, I decided, well, my nephew is wanting to get into model trains, so I gave him all my stuff, and I don't know whatever happened to it after that. But there was 2 engines that I did not give him, and one was at Chicago Northwestern. The other was a Mini-Trix 210-2 that I had gotten, that I promised the guy I would not get rid of, and unfortunately it had a thermal meltdown and melted the wires on the motor. Well, I was going to redo the motor, and when I started taking it apart, I realized the chassis had cracked, and it cracked through one of the mounting holes. So there was no way to do anything with it. And I was like, well, I can always, solder it back together. And I realized it was cast aluminum.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I hate to do it. And I ended up I just put it in the trash can and gave it a proper burial and cried for like a month. Because the bad thing with Mini-Trix is it's one of those, they make a limited number of things, and then they never bring them back out. And once they're gone, they're gone.
Yeah.
So you can't even find it in their catalog anymore. I'm just like,
right. Yep. I've got a few Mini-Trix carriages. I think I've got one Mini-Trix engine. But yeah, because Hornby bought out Mini-Trix.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, I don't know when, but Hornby at one stage bought them out. I actually just recently bought a Hornby shop, which was a resin shop.
Okay.
It was second hand because obviously, Hornby hasn't made.
Hey, look at that.
Since 2008, I think it is, or 2006. And then what I did was I put some Neo Pixels in it, and I'm still working on my sequence, but I have a small mini nano that runs the NeoPixels and changes the light colors.
Oh, cool.
And I have that. I also have that in a building where I've got like a small disco on one floor, and another floor it's being built, and another floor is an apartment, and I have it.
Yeah, I had that question too.
Oh yeah.
And the NeoPixels are brilliant because you can just chain them all together and create different colors or make it a disco or whatever. It's really good.
Yeah, Jason, I know the grades, but yeah, that was one of the things there's so many British rails that I'd love to get my hands on. I'd love to get a Flying Scotsman, and I've yet to find anybody that does the Flying Scotsman in N scale.
Correct.
Broadway Limited finally did the Southern J class, and they've got the 611 daylighter color scheme now. And I was like, I saw the real one. The 611 was at the Transportation Museum here in North Carolina, about 45 minutes from me. And I so wanted to walk across the street to my local train shop that I go to and buy it because they have it sitting in the case and it's DCC. But I know it's a 484, and if it's anything like my Kato 484, it'll never run this layout. Jerry, actually, I'm pouring a bunch of 25 millimeter resin stuff that I've been trying to get new pieces for to do a build that I started last month that fell apart on me. So I'm redoing all my resin casts for that building.
So if anyone's wondering, I made a huge mistake.
Uh-oh.
I did not know, because I didn't read the directions completely before I started building it. So what I didn't realize is there's supposed to be this wire. What it's for is it goes through this hole here. So when this goes up and down, there's something going up and down. But when I glued this together, I glued it all together. So that's why I've got the pin vise out, and I'm trying to remake a hole without completely destroying this, so that I can put a wire in it that goes up and down.
Yeah, Heath, when you actually finally showed what it was you were working on, I couldn't tell from looking at it earlier, and I realized, oh, it's an oil pump.
Yep.
I was like, oh,
look at that
grief!
It came right through the center.
Yeah, it's because actually oil pumps they have the rod that drives down into the ground. It's it's the drill.
Oh my God, that's
do you think this New York City guy has any idea what an oil pump's supposed to look like?
The only reason why I know what they look like is because a friend of mine's from out near Houston, Fort Worth, Texas. And she was driving one day. She was doing a video for us to show the horse barn that she was going to. And she goes, "It's something y'all on the East Coast will never see." And she turns the camera out, and all you see is like a field of
fields of them. Yep.
Just fields of oil pumps. And she goes, "And this is what I get to drive through to go ride my horses." And I'm like, "I don't want to hear it. You're riding horses." I haven't been on.
Where are you at, William? I don't remember where you're
at. North Carolina, right on the border of North Carolina, South Carolina.
You have horses there. No.
Yeah, we have horses here, but I don't know anyone with horses anymore.
Gotcha.
I haven't ridden a horse since I quit jousting. 23 years ago now.
Wow.
24 years ago.
So you really used to do the Ren fairs. I thought people
Oh,
were
I
just
still
giving
do.
you
I
a
still
hard
do
time.
I still do Carolina Renaissance Festival. I just don't travel anymore.
Oh, I thought.
Yeah,
I got you. I didn't realize. Hey, look, there's a hole.
Did you ever come to Australia?
no, no. Furthest west I ever got was Vegas,
Mm-hmm.
and then I did.
Well, that's further.
Where? I thought you said Australia. Where were you saying,
No,
Z?
Australia, the Ren Fair, there you were talking about.
Oh,
Arizona.
yeah. We won't discuss Arizona Renaissance Festival. That's my sister's show. That's the evil twin sister, or as they like to call us, we're their evil younger sister. The guy that owns Arizona Renaissance Festival actually decided to do a festival in North Carolina. Everyone's like, "Yeah, come to Huntersville. You won't regret it." We are 27 years old this year, and he has not regretted it one bit. Every year we have grown by leaps and bounds in as far as attendance records go. And we're actually one of the premier Ren fairs on the East Coast. We generate crowds from in shows from all over the country. Plus, we're one of the last shows for the seasons. Because the last two shows that usually run are, you've got Carolina Renaissance Festival, and then you've got Texas Renaissance Festival, or TRF. And I haven't been to TRF in probably 27 years. Because my first year in Vegas at the Excalibur Jousting in their Tournament of Champions, one weekend we got a wild hair up our rear end, loaded up the horses, and drove to Texas Renaissance Festival for open jousting.
Open jousting they had?
Yes, if you have armor and you have horses, and you can prove that you can seat a lance, they will let you tilt against anyone.
I thought it was all staged. Like when you go to a Ren fair, I thought it was kind of the story was staged.
They do. I know. I don't know if
Am I asking
Han
you to
and
give
Lee,
away all the secrets?
Arizona, Jerry.
Yeah, Arizona Renaissance Festival is a jousters. I actually know all of them. Actually, they're wintering at Renaissance at Arizona Renaissance Festival.
That's different. Yeah,
I'm on their Patreon for them. My wife is, and so we get Patreon videos from them. Like every so often, they'll throw out a video showing what they're doing, and they've actually got a new horse, and I want to say it's a Percheron.
They're huge, aren't they?
Yeah, it's 16 two hands.
They do drafty looking horses.
Yes. Well, that was the thing. I rode a Morgan Shire when I rode. That was what I rode. That's what I rode in Vegas.
My life's tracks, yeah.
And
let's do that.
Yeah, they called him Wheeler. You know how a horse will stand up on its hind legs, turn and drop and start galloping again? That's how he got the nickname Wheeler. He would hit the end of the tilt yard, and if you weren't paying attention, he would stand up, turn, and by the third gallop, be at a full run. Well, the first time I rode him, nobody told me about this little trick of his. So I get to the end of the arena, I'm reaching for a lance off my right-hand side, And then I'm looking up at the ceiling going, what the heck just happened? As I'm wearing 180 pounds of full plate armor.
Yep.
It took my
They're fast.
it took my 2 squires to get me back up on my feet, and then it took both of them to get me back on the horse. And the whole time, the guy who was our king looks over the railing and he goes, "How can you be my champion when you can't even ride one run of the tilt yard?" I was like, "Sorry, Your Majesty, rookie mistake, new horse. I just stole it." At which point the whole crowd goes nuts because I was the bad guy.
Yeah. Wow.
But
That's awesome.
I loved Wheeler. Wheeler was a blast. I could pretty much throw the reins in my lap and do nothing but use my legs to ride that horse. And if the guys that I know actually knew that I rode like that, they would probably smack me in my head for giving that horse his head. The jousters that I know from Arizona Renaissance Festival would. Actually, I don't know. Max probably would. Steve would look at me and go, "Well, if you can keep up with him, by all means."
That's gotta hurt getting hit by one of those jousts. I mean, I know they've got whatever ballast wood or something softer wood on the end to explode, but that's still gotta hurt like crazy.
It depends. If you're talking about the movie First Night with Heath Ledger, where they're taking it to the shoulder, yeah, I won't joust like that. I do tournaments, so I have a shield. And our non-breakaway lances were 1/4-inch mahogany dowel rods at 12 feet long with a metal cap on the end of it. Our breakaway lances were 10 feet of mahogany with a 2-foot either bass or balsa or whatever thin pine we could find.
Yeah.
But they, yeah, I can't do the shoulder target deal like they do now with the jousters from Arizona Renaissance Festival. But actually, Mythbusters did a segment on medieval jousting with guys that actually do full-on medieval jousting for money,
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the impact of jousting is like being in a 35-mile-an-hour car accident, and we do this for fun.
Yeah.
You know, it everyone's like, why? And I was like, have you ever asked a bull rider why a 180-pound guy gets on a 2,000-pound bull for 8 seconds? It's the same thing. It's the thrill of doing it.
Yeah, I've only been to the Pennsylvania Renaissance Festival once, and Jerry was saying, I mean, they have a huge one here. In Pennsylvania, or at least they used to. I don't know if they still do.
Yeah, Pennsylvania Renaissance Festival's still there. I think
compared
Scarborough's
to like
up that way somewhere.
New York, Sterling Forest.
Sterling.
That one was pretty small compared to Pennsylvania.
Well, Sterling is it's a fantasy fair. It's not really a Ren Fest. There's
like Ren snobs.
Yeah.
You can't be fairies.
I think I just lost my first part. Oh no.
No.
You
I
know,
found
see,
it.
I keep picking on Vinny about going to Arizona Renaissance Festival. I was like, one of these years we're gonna load the family up and we're gonna invade Arizona Renaissance Festival. And I'm just gonna show up on his doorstep and knock on his door and go, surprise.
He'd love that.
Oh, I know he would.
What do you do now for the Ren Fairs? I mean, you're still a performer, I'm guessing.
Well, yeah, I'm a manager of the rickshaw cabs.
Oh, okay.
And I'm only allowed one haul a day because of my back. I threw my back out
Gotcha.
3 years ago when I first came back. So the entertainment director will only let me bring Her Majesty in from the docks to the front gate show, and that's the only ride I'm allowed. And I manage and train all the cabriolets that we have at Carolina, which the cabs we have are 20, 30 years old. Because when Arizona was running, the cabs used to bounce between Carolina and Arizona. And then Arizona bought, the producer bought new cabs for the guys in Arizona, and we got the cast-offs.
So is this a full-time job for you? Year round then? If you're doing the training, you do the training off season, no?
1 second.
No, actually, I do just a local. I just do Carolina. I don't travel on the road anymore. Now I'm a full-time commercial electrician by trade, but yeah, what actually got me out of jousting was I dislocated my hip on my horse. I took a lance perfect where I was supposed to, went to roll off, and had brand new shoes that I wasn't used to wearing. They didn't have a heel on them. And my foot went through the stirrup and turned to where my left leg was in the stirrup and the rest of me was off the horse. And I was on a Morganshire. He was 16.5. And I had enough thought in my mind when I felt my leg still in the saddle to grab hold of the girth strap and pull myself up against him to keep myself from getting stepped on. I was not a happy camper when I hit the end of the arena.
Yeah, that doesn't
Because
sound
I had 4 large dents in the back of my helmet where his hooves were crossing up and hitting me in the back of the head. But I had to have him cut my stirrup strap off so I could get to the ground and actually be able to move. What was I looking for?
My Life Tracks. Where's the second one? I know New York City up in Fort Tryon Park. I know does like a rent fair thing too.
Yeah, really the only ones I know Pennsylvania Renaissance Festival, Georgia Renaissance Festival. There's one up on the Illinois-Wisconsin border called Bristol that used to be called King Henry's back in the day. And I actually went there and I was talking with one of the guys from the Jousters that I know from Carolina, and that was actually the show he started with up there with Hannon Lee. And I joked about it, and then I realized he's 10 years older than I am. So he's 58 years old and is still in the saddle.
Wow.
he still jousts. And his son is doing it now. Which his son was going to wanted to challenge me one day, and his dad looks at him and says, "The guy that taught you how to ride, William took off his saddle after being out of the saddle for almost 10 years." And he was like, "Really?" I was like, "Yeah, we won't discuss that," because I was really surprised that he even wanted to do anything, because I wasn't going to at first, and the owner of the company talked me into doing it.
Yeah.
Because he said the guy needed a humbling moment. And I was like, okay, give me one pass to see if I can seat the lance and be able to ride, not hurt you. I go, and then we'll go at it. And we did 3 passes, and on the 3rd pass, I threw him off the back of his horse. And he couldn't believe it. And guy looked at him and was like, "Well, I tried to warn you, but you wouldn't listen."
Well, I think I'm wrapping up for the night because I've gotten to the point where I can't do this next step, and I think I'm just getting frustrated.
Okay.
I'm a little tired.
Well, that's why I moved on to something else, cutting out while I got frustrated. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this thing is, I mean, it is tiny.
Yes.
I mean, like, and the fact that it like moves like this.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to do is this piece of wire goes up through this hole.
Yep.
And then you need to glue a little piece of plastic to the end of this wire.
What if you bent the end of the wire just slightly and stuck it into the plastic?
Well, the issue I'm having is the piece of plastic is it's supposed to be two pieces that you glue together around the wire. And I can glue the one on, I just can't get the other one on the other side.
Because of the wire.
So what I'm trying to do now is just glue the two pieces together, and then I'll drill them and stick the wire in and glue it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Bend the wire, stick it to two pieces.
But I'm having a hard time, so I'm thinking I need to step away for a little bit.
Yep, you do. Yeah.
And it's been almost 2.5 hours, and there's 17 people watching at this point.
Is there?
Yeah.
Wow.
We got up to like 40 or so at one point.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't show what the max was, but yeah, at one point I saw it was at least up to 40, and I was like, "What? Who's watching?"
I was about to say they're probably waiting for that massive mess up of some sort or another. It's like when I was cutting the DOS clay that one day, y'all were sitting there watching me work with the knife, and it's like waiting to see me take my fingertips off.
That's what everyone's always waiting for. They just
I
they just
know.
want to see. I really want to figure out too. I don't know if you guys have seen these touch and flow things. I want to figure this thing out too, because the Tamiya glue, or Tamiya not glue, plastic cement. It comes with a brush, and it's not really great, but this is supposed to work pretty well with it. I'm just not sure how this tool really works. So
that's a good question for Tom, because I think Tom uses those. But yeah, that's why I've got, my glue bottle has the micro applicator on it. It's about like a hypodermic needle.
Yeah, that's what I may
glue.
get that's not the Model Masters one though. That looks different from the Model Masters.
It's not. It's the Citadel. It's the Citadel
gotcha.
version. It's Games Workshop's version of. It's basically the same bottle, but it's clear instead of the black like Model Masters.
I'm supposed to ask Rick Bailey something. What am I supposed to ask Rick Bailey? I don't know what I'm supposed to ask.
Jerry,
yeah, I don't know.
Ask Rick Bailey about the touch and flow.
Oh, touch and flow. Maybe that's what he's talking about. Yeah, so I guess the question. I mean, now there's 21 people. So I guess for the people in the chat, I guess the question is, was this interesting enough to do again? Like, did people find it interesting to just sort of watch other people model? Like, should I make this a regular thing? I guess if you think so, like, put a thumbs up or something in the chat, and we'll do that. And I think if we do this more often, I think more people will just start coming with Jerry goes, yeah, it was cool for now. But yeah, like I figured, I can have up to 10 people in here, and I think it'd be kind of fun to I watch International Scale Modelers, if you're not familiar with them, they do like cars and planes and tanks and more that like style of modeling.
Mm-hmm.
And they do like a big thing. They actually do it on Zoom, so they have a lot of people.
Oh wow.
You want the polite answer or the honest answer? I'll take the honest answer. I mean, come on. I can take it. We're on the internet. I mean, isn't everything the honest answer, right? I mean, everyone just loves letting people have it on the internet.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought this would be fun to start doing for the model railroading community, because you know the other community, I mean, they get hundreds of people. I mean, it's a bigger community, mind you, but they get like hundreds of people you know, watching them either model or even just one of the sessions they do is like, what did you buy this week? Hey Manny.
Yeah.
I didn't see you in here earlier.
That's cool.
Yeah, Daniel says I use Facebook rooms when I'm just building and chatting.
Yeah.
I'm not on. I mean, I'm on Facebook, but I'm not like on Facebook.
Yeah.
So, oh,
Yeah,
look, someone's sneaking in on the end.
Of course.
What's
Yeah.
up, Paul? Did
Yeah,
you move
Z,
your computer
you
yet?
Evidently. Oh.
Dave, did you
Sorry.
move your computer yet?
No, I have not. Trying to get that done.
Sorry, William, asked your question.
Oh, I was saying, Z, evidently you had walked away when I was talking about what got me out of jousting. Was I took a lance correctly, but when I went to do my roll off the back of the horse, my foot went through the stirrup because I was wearing a pair of shoes that didn't have heels on them. So my left foot went through this, and I turned sideways and went underneath the horse. And had just enough presence of mind to grab the girth strap to pull myself up to keep from getting stepped on by a Morgan
Feeling
Shire.
like that's something you shouldn't have done. Just sounds like there are better ways to ways to get off a horse.
Oh yeah, there were better ways to get off the horse, but you know, you're doing this beautiful, roll from getting hit with a 12-foot stick at 30 miles an hour. It's kind of.
I don't even know what Tim is saying here. It was interesting for a while, but I stayed through the whole time anyway.
I think he was waiting to see you glue your fingers together, Heath.
Oh, there are definitely some spots on here where I turned that camera off. There's definitely spots on this that have DNA samples. I'm wondering a little bit.
CSI.
Yeah, we won't go into that. I've done that. Actually, do I have it on any of the green stuff? Do I have fingerprints on the back? No. I got lucky. I didn't put any fingerprints on my green stuff this time. Usually,
Daniel, generally the audience is pretty good in this community, but yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying too.
Yeah.
I should have done this before I turned the cameras off. Oh wait, I have the overhead camera on. Don't try this at home, folks. I think what I'm about to do is going to be a mistake.
Those are usually the best ones.
Yeah.
So.
Ooh, that sounds terrible.
Basically, I'm holding the motor. Lee wants to come watch me break something. I'm holding the motor in my hand. Let's see. I can actually zoom this in. Let's see. Okay.
Damn.
So I'm holding the motor in my hand, and I'm gonna basically try and take this 9-volt battery, and I'm gonna try and touch it to the wires on this, and see if I can make this thing move. All just holding it in my hand. So if you want to know what could go wrong, I think we're about to find out.
Everything.
Heath will If it goes wrong, blame Heath.
I think it's gonna work.
So do you know what I really don't know? I have no idea if this is actually a 12-volt motor. I'm assuming it is.
Well, we'll just see a bit of smoke.
It'll either run really, really quick for about 30 seconds and smoke, or
Yeah.
it'll work for a while.
Yeah.
I'll
That's
get
our
some
running joke in electrical. Is we hook a motor
Oh.
up. It's supposed to be 110, and we hook it up to 277.
220. Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
277.
Yeah, 277. Yeah, 120 is normal, and then we got 277 for our lighting. Just wired it.
That's funny.
Of course, the only thing is we had to go in and replace 15 exit signs that the poor boy had done.
Oh
Because he
no.
wired every last one of them up for 110 instead of the 277 they were actually on.
Look, I got 4 of them now.
They look good.
Nice. They do look good.
Thanks. Well,
I just wish I had that pattern so I could duplicate it.
Oh, they just
I've
the good thing is you get to look at them from the side, so it's going to make them look great.
I can do something like that. I'm good with making stuff. You've done well on that scratch build and those zest. Jeez.
Thanks.
Hey, look.
It's going to be fun. What is it moving?
What scale is that for? Is that for you? Are you in Engage?
Yeah, this would be Engage.
Well,
the
so my
motors-
fences
the
then are
motors
only a
definitely
double O, so you'd have to work out the diet. You could probably do the fences I do. You could probably do them in Engage.
Well, I do 002, so
Oops.
oh, look at it move.
It
Oh, do
moved,
you? You
but
do
then
both?
then it popped out of
Yeah.
the holes.
So
Yeah. You have to have a look at those fences, though.
I will. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, do I have? Oh no, I don't have any basswood.
I
that
guess
size.
the
It'd be
question
like
is, do you know, does it run
3/16s.
forward or does it run backwards?
That's
I'm
the
gonna have
big
to
question.
go,
I don't think it.
Well, it's got a red and black, so if you put red to plus, you'll probably.
Well, but that's what
find-
I'm saying is, should I switch the wires? Like, is it running the wrong way?
How do you know?
I
I'll
don't
have to
think it
go
really
look at some
matters.
videos of.
Yeah, you just have to watch a video on it.
That's a video for everything.
I like what Train Freaks just put. He's broke it.
It keeps coming out of the little things, which I'll have to figure out a way to
Anything
fix. But
different?
you can see the
Yeah,
That does
whatever.
move.
He's broke it.
but you can see the.
Oh,
It
How are
kind of
you,
works.
Lee?
It's hard
Hello.
to hold into place.
Very nice. Very nice.
looking pretty
Very
good.
nice.
Yeah.
Now I just need to get all the details put together.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
I've
fun
got
thing is I'm sitting here pulling this stuff out from the resin, all the casts that I've made. And everyone's like, that's so big for N gauge. I was like, yeah, it's because it's 25 millimeter. It's basically O gauge, but it's more for tabletop gaming, which a
Just around
8 foot size guy is 2.5 inches tall, and I think it's right between O gauge and S gauge. So
Sometimes you find that HO or double O stuff works well in N scale because of the size. I use plastic sheets, brickwork, and it's HO or double O in N scale, and it looks perfect.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now see,
I've seen that done.
I've got a Hearst Arts silicone mold for 25 millimeter, but the size of it, because of the brickwork being so close together, it's actually comes out to 1x2 in N scale. It's 1 foot by 2 foot, so the bricks are 2 foot long by 1 foot high. So it'd make a great like precast, like doing a precast wall or whatever. But even as the brick work, it would still look cool.
Yeah, well, where are we? Well, it must be outside. Guys, because I just bought some sheets of brickwork, and it was all HO.
Yeah. Well, it's like, where'd it go? Oh, it's over there. This is actually 15 millimeter cobblestone that I did on DOS clay.
All right.
And
wow,
it's great for end scale.
Yeah.
But for that was done on my stream, wasn't it? You were making that sheet, weren't you, William?
Yeah, it's the sheet I was making. But when I started looking at it, I was like, Lee saw me paint it up in like green tones, and it actually looks like dragon scale.
Yeah, they did. I remember on my stream. We did my stream.
You know what, Lee? I can't find that piece. I don't know what I did with that test piece.
No, I know where it is. If you go back and watch my live stream, you'll see it there.
Well, yeah. I don't know where I put it in the house.
It's not the same.
No.
Well, I'm doing that again next weekend. What we done there, that stream, it's either going to be Saturday or Sunday next week again, the same time.
Okay.
So you're welcome to come up, and if Zeus wants to come up on the panel, it's not a problem if you're in your modelling room.
See you later, Jason.
Cool.
See you later, Jason.
So, Lee, I have a question. You've left twice. Both times you've said you're not coming back. And both times you've came back.
Yeah, I know. I can't resist. I seen you sort of modelling, and I wanted to come back.
You can't stand it.
I like me modelling, don't I? I like doing me modelling too much.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Maybe.
We're looking.
What am I doing wrong now?
You're touching it. That's what you're doing wrong, Heath.
Yeah, he's touching it. He's ready to blame it. He's going to break it.
You know, you're not going to get any love from us, Heath.
Oh, look at it.
It's definitely a little crunchy.
Oh, but it's working.
Yeah.
It keeps the...
You'll get it. You'll get it.
It keeps coming out of the... Keeps coming out of these things. You have to cut them down like
Hey, Daniel,
just the
come
right
on.
length.
Yeah, do it. This is fun.
You have to cut them just the right length, but they keep popping out. I don't know how to keep them.
Little washers and nuts on the other side.
Yeah. You do realize how small this is, right?
Yeah, that's why you said it, I think.
Do you know what would probably work on it? A little.
There you go. There you go. Look, quick. Before it breaks.
It's working.
Sweet. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look at that.
I don't know why it's grinding like that, though.
Great.
It's probably you don't have the
my
motor's
gosh, that
not
looks
sitting.
great.
The gear's not.
It's something with the
right.
gears. I'm hoping if I
Yeah.
just keep running it long enough, eventually they'll
Break in.
It's either going to break in or it's going to break.
Yep.
That is very.
No,
very
it'll break in.
If you've done something without it breaking.
Lee, I wouldn't go that far yet.
I wouldn't either. We don't want to give him. We don't want to. We want. He needs to finish. He needs to finish the whole build.
Yeah, you missed it, Lee. I
jinx it
couldn't get this. I couldn't get this little string part together, so I was just too tired, so I jumped ahead to the motor. So what's left, if you guys can see, let's see. Let's see if
It's bigger than I thought it was when you first were talking about it.
It is. It's for engage. It looks bigger.
Focus. Come on.
That's not to say it's big. It just.
There we go.
I thought it was.
So I still have to do the fence around the outside, and I still have to do the wires and stuff here to make it look more realistic.
Don't get me to do fences. I'm sick to death of doing fences.
Actually,
this fence is a little smaller than your fence.
Yeah, I found a new way of doing fences with for
Don't
chain
even
link
go-
fences for 25 millimeter.
Go on.
How's that?
Bamboo skewers and the sheetrock, the joint tape, the mesh joint tape.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yep, that'll work.
This stuff makes great HO.
My life tracks, I
fencing.
did oil it. I did oil it
Oh,
already.
I'll have to have a go with that one now. You've given me another idea to try and have a mess with.
It's a little bit big for HO. Even double O. Lee.
Is it?
Yeah. Where is? I've
What
actually
other
got.
stuff? There's got to be something out there we could use.
You can get screen. Just get some real fine screen. Ugh.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Window screening.
That's what I was thinking because I think Steve from I can't think of him. You know what I mean?
Steve Childers.
Steve
Childers.
He done a fence out, didn't he?
Yeah, actually,
I'm sure he's got a fence video. He's done a lot.
You know what?
Videos.
Yeah. Did anyone see his video he done today of trees?
That actually regular window screening would work for HO or double
I'll have to
O,
look at that.
because that's the plastistrut right there.
Yeah.
Oops. And it's basically almost what a window screening is. It's no bigger.
Yeah, everyone's telling me to oil it. It is. I did put some oil in it. The directions actually tell you to oil it as you put it together. So I have oiled it per the directions.
The only thing is when I got this, I didn't realize the kit that I grabbed at the train store was for HO and not N scale.
Oh, yeah.
Oops. This HO chain link fence, I didn't have my glasses on that day. I thought it said N scale.
I tried to make some N-scale fencing myself out of some wood and stuff, and I thought I was making it small enough. Nope.
Heath, that's why you need to invest in one of these.
A ruler.
I've got one of those.
A scale ruler that has all the gauges for trains.
So in my defense, I measured it. I had a template, and I was laying the wood over the template, but the scale of the wood was too big. Meaning, like the toothpicks that I was using.
Yeah.
Even after like splitting them into pieces, the material was still too big.
Yeah, that's why I can't remember.
These trestles, these railroad tie pieces or whatever, would be like as big as a house.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
At some point, you just gotta go. Eh.
Where is?
Oh, that's what this is here. I just realized.
Yeah, so it's like some of the
this
wood
is
that
the
I had
fence
for doing
material.
stuff.
It's tool.
Oh yeah.
They sent tool for fence material.
Sure.
Huh.
I
See,
forgot
can't
about
remember
that. You can use
what
tool.
size these are. But I think it
And then
comes
you
out
could
to
make
like
a
1
little,
by 1.
Skirt too at the same time.
What about insect netting for gardens?
Yeah, that'd work.
Yeah.
The green netting. Yeah, or the green netting you use around garden.
We have white netting where you can stop, like if you've got cauliflower or cabbage, you can stop the white butterflies.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Small.
Yeah,
Pretty small.
Yeah.
So, Greg, how's tomorrow going?
That's tomorrow.
In the future.
Slowly.
I want to know if I should wake up tomorrow or not.
Well, here it's a good day because we have no more COVID cases, so and we've still got some freedom. So yeah, it's good.
That's amazing
Yeah.
that there's no more cases.
Well, we went into a hard lockdown though, Heath. We've been locked down from May till November was a lockdown where we couldn't even go 5Ks.
Yeah, I know. Here, there. Yeah. Let's not get into that because
No,
we'll
no.
just go down a hill. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not going down that rabbit hole.
yeah, let's not go down
No,
that
we're
rabbit
not.
hole.
We're not going down that rabbit hole. I say on my channel, we're not going down that rabbit hole. It's just, we don't want to talk about the showstopper.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Okay, so I tried to do this once. I'll try and do it again. Thanks everyone for being here. I need to get some sleep. I need to walk the dog. I need to say hello to the girlfriend if she still remembers me. All that good stuff. But thanks for everyone that came today. Thanks for people
No
that
problem.
joined up here and modeled. But yeah, I think it went well enough that we should do it again next week. So let's see. Next week, I think next week's the 25th, but we'll see. We'll oh, Z just left us. Anyway, yeah. So thanks
Yeah, it'll be the
everybody for being
25th.
here.
No
And,
problem.
You're welcome, Heath.
Hopefully
have a
next
great,
time if you do it, I'll be up on panel to do modelling. This time I'll get something done.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll try and schedule it a little earlier if I'm going to do it, so people know that it's coming and can prepare for it a little more than I did last time. And
Yeah, I should have my new project ready to go though by next one.
thanks everyone. Have a good night. I'm going to run a little bit of music just to play us out, and I'll see everyone later.
Heath.
See you, Heath.